Kia ora koutou katoa, nau mai hara mai ki te ao Hākinakina, your sports show right here on your Tribal Pulse, te kore mako o Taranaki, 94.8 FM and 98.4 FM. Well, he is a well-known figure of the rugby league community and a local legend in Premier footy. He hails from the mighty Bell Block-Marist Dragons and has not only represented his province of Taranaki at many levels, but he's also represented Aotearoa, New Zealand, Māori, under-16s. No mai haramai, my bro, Dylz Hall. Kia ora, brother.
Kia ora, Kips. How are you, bro?
Good, my bro. Hey, good to have you on the show, bro. I know you're a busy man and you're about to jet off overseas, but hey, stoked to have you on the show, bro. And thanks for tuning in with us. Just before we start, ko wai koe, no he koe, just a little bit about yourself and where you're from.
Te whānau, Dylz Hall here. I'm from Taranaki, born and raised in Englewood. I think I lived in Englewood till I was about 14, I think. Then I moved into New Plymouth, and now I find myself out in the lovely BBK.
Beautiful, bro. Beautiful. Kohanga moa, eh? Englewood. I knew you had links to Englewood. I didn't know you were brought up there. I was brought up there till I was about 8 too. So there we have it, eh? There's our little connect there, my bro. So hey, talk to us about your earlier life. Like, obviously you were brought up in Englewood. What was it like being brought up in Englewood, and what schools did you go to?
Yeah, no, it was good being brought up in Englewood. Little tight community, so it's pretty cool. You know, everyone knows everyone. Yeah, like I said, I think I was here till about 14, bro. I went to Englewood Primary, so I pretty much went through all my years there. And then when I went to high school was when I started going to Boys High. From there, so yeah, I was pretty much Englewood till I was about 14, 15, bro. And then yeah.
Nice. And how did you get into rugby league? Did you play in Englewood as a young fellow, or did you come into town to play?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, no, I played in Englewood. I think I was there until about under 12s, I think, or 14s. I was trying to think of it today, but it was the 12 or 14. So I actually come up through the gates through Englewood with the old man and stuff like that. And when the Englewood Premiers were there too, with old Mike Costa and all them, and yeah, so no, I did start off at Englewood.
Beautiful, bro. Yep, no, some good old days back then. They had some good teams in the old days, Englewood. My old man played for them as well. Yeah, yep. Some good times. So, what was it about, as a young fella? Was it only rugby league that you played, or was there other sports that you played? And what was it about rugby league that you just kind of gravitated towards?
It was more league for me. Obviously, with the old man being brought up around league pretty much my whole life. I did play a little bit of rugby, but that was only, just full on, really. I didn't really play too hard out. A little bit of touch and stuff as well, but yeah, league was always my interest and my go-to, and, following the old man, it's just what you do.
Nice. And obviously coming through the grades, you played rep level as well, coming through your teenage age groups. But who was some of the, some of your tight friends kind of growing up through those age grades, and who were some of the good players back in those days as you come through?
Yeah, good question, actually. Probably through my Englewood years, one person I do remember, I don't know if you know him or not, you probably do, Caps, is Daryl McPherson, bro. There's him and Kara. I still see his old man around a lot too, actually. Daryl was a bit of a gun back in the day. Who else coming through the grades? Kane Newman. Yeah, he was a gun coming through the lower grades. From Englewood anyway, so yeah.
Nice. And then you obviously come into town and started playing a bit of footy in town and ended up at the Bell Block-Marist Dragons, and you've obviously spent many years there over your time. And some of those earlier years when you were playing for the Dragons, tell us a little bit about some of those memories and some of the players you got to play alongside.
Yeah. So, like I say, I think it was under 14s I started there, but yeah, names for me that coming up through the grades and stuff like that, it's just like ones that looked after you, like your Joe Crack, your Trent Bird, your Vinnie Hills, big names from Marist. And even back then, like, you didn't really, you sort of played with them, but you sort of didn't think, if I thought back then that, I'd be best mates with some of them now and doing the old koro stuff, like going and watch league with them and stuff like that, I never would have thought that, because back then you just sort of look up to them and stuff like that. But yeah. Nice,
bro. Some awesome players there to play alongside. Now you went on to represent Aotearoa New Zealand Māori Rugby League at under 16 level, and I heard you might have got it like a junior trial up with the Warriors as well. What was it? What was that feeling like for you? Getting to don the New Zealand Māori jersey and representing your whānau and your iwi.
Oh, bro, it was wicked, bro. It was awesome getting named in the Māoris team. The only thing I always think about this now. Like back when I made the Māori team, we didn't get to play like Samoa and Tonga like the boys do now. We were supposed to play a Cook Islands team, but they pulled out or something happened. So who we got to play against was a Taranaki Academy, bro, which is pretty. Yeah, that was a good team, the Academy. But you play New Zealand Māoris, you want to be playing what the boys are playing now. Samoa, Tonga, all them teams and stuff like that. But yeah, back then it wasn't like that, so it was a bit of a bummer, bro. But it is what it is, bro.
100%. Now I feel you on that. Sometimes you see the opportunities for the kids these days, and you're just like,
bro,
man,
it's crazy, bro.
If only we had that in our day.
Yes, bro. Crazy.
100%. So I hear you might have spent a little bit of time over in Australia as well. Is that correct?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Sorry, I forgot to touch on the Warriors thing too. I had a little bit of a trial with the Warriors. Who was there? It was me, Regan Verney, I think Sione, and there was someone else as well. Had a bit of a trial with the Warriors. We had some good players in the trial, like Dylan Collier. He's NZ7's captain now, I think. Tuka Liki, which is Sia Tonga's, if you know him, his brother, he was wicked. He ended up getting 3 tries in the trial as well, and I've got it on DVD, but obviously didn't get picked up. Bit of a bummer. So, yeah.
Oh, not many people get that
over
opportunity.
In Aussie, sorry, bro. I didn't answer. I answered the other question. I had a few things over in Aussie, bro. Most memorable one was when I went over with Benji McAllister. We went over to a Parramatta's SG Bull. We had went over there for about a week. There was like me, Rory Hoffmans, and Scott Jensen. We just got to sort of hang out with the under 18s and had watched what they did all week and stuff like that. It was actually a real eye opener back then, bro, because we were sort of, I reckon we weren't New Zealand wide, we weren't on their sort of level with what they were doing. Like to me, they were showing us everything they did. Like they were doing click on a player's name and it'll show you every single tackle at every single minute he did if he won that tackle. And we're just going, holy, it was a real eye opener back then, bro. Seeing that sort of stuff.
100%. What an experience. Now, we're only just getting started, Whānau, the first part of our interview here with Dylz. We're going to go to a short break now and be back to speak with Dylz shortly on some other awesome kaupapa that he's involved with and the beloved club that he plays for, the Bell Block-Marist Dragons. So make sure to stay tuned, Whānau. We'll be back shortly. All right, we're back now, Whānau, back with the second part of our interview with the man himself and local legend, Rugby League legend, Dylz Hall. And we're talking about his beloved club, now the Bell Block-Marist Dragons, bro. Now, you've played many of years of Premier footy with the Dragons, a very successful team and a very successful club. What are some of your fondest memories? I know you've lifted the Lyle Shield on a few occasions now. What are some of your fondest memories playing at that Premier level for the Dragons?
Yeah, probably my most memorable ones would have to be our, obviously, the grand finals. But two that really stand out is probably the one when we played Fielding. I think that was 2011. We were down 31-12 or something like that. Crowd was leaving. It was at down here at the park at Bell Block. And, we come back and won, bro, I think we won by 1 in the end. There was only about 15, 20 minutes left and we were down by 33-12, come back and won it. And then obviously the one where you'll know that one, Caps, the Wanganui one as well. It was almost a replay of it, bro. We were down by so much, and I don't know how we did it, bro, but we always had that faith when we were down against Wanganui, we've done it before, we can do it again. And quite funny that there was actually players playing. I wasn't the only one, but Richie Graham was playing for Fielding back then, and he was playing in the Wanganui game as well. And I remember Castle's giving him shit when we actually got up against when we were up against Wanganui. He goes, "Oh, not again, Richie." So, yes, those are probably my two most memorable ones, bro.
Oh, and some great games there that you mentioned. I was actually living in Australia, I think, when you played Fielding, and I remember the talk going around about that. And the Wanganui game as well was what a comeback on the famous Pukekura Park. You can't beat it. So, that was awesome that year. Great competition. And so, speaking of the Bell Block-Marist Dragons, in the success, bro, the success of the club, it has such a proud history. What is it about the club that you love, and what do you think it is? What is the thing that binds success at the club? And I on a personal level, I know that there just seems to be a real brotherhood there, and the way you play for each other. But what is it? What is that unique thing at the club that brings about success?
Yeah, I think you just mentioned it, Caps. A lot of it's just brotherhood. And even you hear it with the rugby as well, like with the Bell Block-Gladiators going so well as well. You just hear like other people coming in from outside and they just love it, bro. Just love the brotherhood and how we do everything together. And it's not just about us on the field, it's about the whānau as well, and how we always just interact with each other's whānau. And, you know, even I look now, all of my best mates are from Marist Dragons, you know. So,
Awesome. Well, you've definitely got a recipe for success there, bro. That's for sure. And plenty of great wins over many, many years. Now, we got some devastating news earlier in the week about the fire at the Dragon Den at the club rooms there at Hickford Park. This must have been such a hard week for everybody involved. You know, those of the club now and those of the club in the past, those that have gone before us, the heartache and the memories that place has provided for so many. It must have been a really tough week to wake up and get that news in the news about the fire.
Yeah, bro, it was. Yeah, I was asleep. I didn't get in until I woke up Sunday morning, bro, and I was like, yeah, what the hell? And, you know, seeing all the videos and stuff like that, it was heartbreaking. I was just, where you see the fire, I was kind of hoping that it might have just been that corner, you know, trying to get the best out of the shit situation, I suppose. But, yeah, then walking through it on the Sunday, I went up there on Sunday and walked through, and it's just, it's heartbreaking, bro, because, you know, that's like a second home to most of us, and just to see it all burnt down like that, yeah, there's a lot of tears, bro, but it's just been good how everyone sort of come in and they want to help us, bro. You like, even like people like Toshi Brunning messaging me, and everyone's come together, and we've even like on the page, I think I last seen there was on the Give Little, there was about 15K on there. So yeah, everyone's chipping in and helping, it's awesome to see, everyone coming together.
And that's the beauty, you know, like our rugby league community, quite a tight bunch, you know. But you know, besides those club rivalries, we're all one, and the community comes together, and the Bell Block community as well is really, really strong. So, how is it? Like, is there some ways that, you know, our wider community can help and support the club?
Oh, definitely, bro. No, there definitely is. Once we start, they'll start bringing out a lot of fundraisers and stuff like that. And I suppose once we start doing all that sort of stuff, it'll be a good time for everyone to chip in where they can. Obviously, there's a give a little, but and I've seen even people. Someone gave 5K, bro. Can't quite remember who it was, but yeah, just when we start doing like fundraisers and stuff like that, bro. If everyone gets in behind, it just makes the rebuild a lot easier. What's next? I'm not too sure. I can't speak on that, but you know, obviously, I'll be in there myself, giving a hand where I can, and yeah, it's awesome to see the amount of people that have, you know, reached out, bro. It's wicked.
Beautiful. There we have it, whānau. For all our whānau and our listeners at home, if there's any way you can help and contribute to the Bell Block-Marist Dragons Rugby League Club, make sure you do. There is a Give a Little page. Go onto their Facebook page for more details. So important, whānau. That was actually Primo Wireless that gave $5,000.
That's it, bro. That was it.
Yeah, big mihi out to Primo Wireless for a massive contribution, and hopefully we get more of that coming through over the coming weeks and months. Now, you're known as one of the brightest minds in the region when it comes to rugby league, bro, and a lot of people, you know, talk about this. Dylz, he knows his stuff. Now, what is it about? Do you obviously study the game, and it's helped you with a newfound passion and coaching too? Like, I know you're really interested in getting into coaching and giving back to the game. Tell us where this passion has come from and the interest to join the coaching ranks.
Yeah, I think the interest has just come from me just loving rugby league, bro. Like you say, you ask anyone, and I love it, bro. I watch every game, and yeah, just from that, for me, really, it's just watching it, and that's how I've started learning it, and not really so much studying it, but I get a lot of my knowledge just from watching, and just through other coaches as well, like Jacko, and you know, when BJ was here, he's gave me a lot of like paperwork and just drills and stuff, and because I love it so much, I just study it pretty much myself, just look over it, and yeah, and obviously not playing anymore, bro, so I just try and give back where I can. So
love it, bro. Love it. And we're very lucky to have you stepping into that coaching space, bro. And we need more of that in our region to share your mātauranga, share your knowledge with the kids. Now, you're off to Australia this weekend, bro, for a trip with the Inspire Youth Academy boys. Tell us a little bit about the kaupapa and the awesome initiative to take some of our boys over to Australia to experience, you know, how things roll over there, how the footy rolls, how the clubs roll over there. Tell us a little bit about the journey ahead for you guys.
Yeah, no, we do. We take off tomorrow, actually. we're off to Auckland tomorrow, then we fly out Sunday. So we've got awesome opportunity for the kids. There's a 16s and 18s team going over. I'm coaching the 16s. But yeah, awesome opportunity. 3 games over there. I can't remember the 3 games. One's against Kibra, which everyone knows is one of the best league schools over there. So that's all the games will be quite tough for the boys, but they'll be training hard. What else have we got over there? Going to see the Broncos. Got a meet and greet with the Broncos. Got a training with the Dolphins Academy, I believe. A little bit about downtime where the boys will get to go to movie world and stuff like that. But yeah, the real deal is the games over there and just seeing how the NRL clubs work, how they train. Yeah, just awesome opportunity, for myself as well.
That's awesome, brother. Awesome. Yeah, for yourself as well, that coaching ranks to, get alongside some other coaches. So wishing you guys all the best on that awesome journey, bro. We'll be watching with anticipation to see how the young fellas go. Now, just to finish off the show, what would be one bit of advice you would give an aspiring young rugby league player that really wants to have a good crack at trying to, crack it on the big stage? What would be some advice you'd leave a young one?
Ooh, good question there, Caps. Bit of advice from me would be train hard. stay off the alcohol and stuff like that. Train hard. If you want it, you'll do it. You're not going to get anything by sitting on your ass on the couch. So it's all up to you how much you want it. And even just watching some of these inspired boys, seeing how much they want it. They've been going to our trainings and doing like one-on-one trainings with people and always up at the park. So yeah, I look at that stuff. I'm like, yeah, they want it, So yeah, that'd be my advice.
Awesome bit of advice there, Wano, for our listeners at home. Well, bro, hey, thanks heaps for coming in to speak with us at the show, bro. Really admire your career and your input into local rugby league, bro. It's been a blessing to see you come through on your journey and now giving back by coaching our young rangatahi and look forward to working with you into the future, bro. Thanks for your time and enjoy your trip over in Australia.
Sweet shot, Cap. Shot for that, brother. Too much.